All right, welcome, Zelda 1 Randomizer fans. We have entered the brackets. After 6 grueling weeks of Swiss, we are in the bracket stages, which we will start with some groups. Today, we have Slidick, Vonkie, and TheAlanHeffley. Joining with me is Fury SK.
How's it going, Kairos?
Oh, it's going good. Excited to see these races. We're going to see 3 races between each of these groups, and the top 2 will be moving on to fight the people who got the prize.
Yep, we're going to see a lot of these three over the next 2 weeks, along with all the groups really that are not involved with the double buy scenarios.
And we are starting off in the forest. Few Armos locations nearby here. Bunch of open caves as well. And get a little bit of delay on down here, it looks like. There we go.
It's possible, just sometimes you get caught up with something IRL.
Yep.
Not a lot of time lost, though.
Could have also been a maybe just a stream delay.
Yeah, a lot of these runners are in multiple tournaments, so if you're in another tournament, sometimes they have a little bit of delay built in as a rule. We don't have much, though.
And our first level today, level 5.
Yep, Power Bracelet under the Armos, very vanilla, but not in its vanilla location, up in Lost Hills.
It looks like we got a little off sync on the tracker in the middle here.
Looks like an easy Triforce in level 5, though.
No bombs, no keys though. That's what you want to see early if you're jumping into a dungeon like that.
Yep.
Letter Cave having magical sword. Not too terribly far from start, but we'll see. But that's not the sword we're looking for right now. Coast has an 86 arrows and 50 for candle, and that flashed way too fast to see for me.
Yeah, I barely saw anything, so it's either something that kind of fits in with it, like bow or raft or something, or... Yeah. Looks like Red Ring was the answer. Someone else may have caught more of it than we did.
Early power bracelet means we have a few extra locations for checking our blocked dungeon, as well as a possibility for our wood sword block.
Looks like we are watching both Slidick and TheAlanHeffley go through level 5 as well. Should be able to get to the Triforce room, given that Vonkie was able to get there without any weapons. not too much early divergence. I think that's because of the power bracelet being on this side of the overworld, though. You don't have to go across the world for Armos. There's no real need to kind of diverge from a normal route.
Indeed. So Vonkie's got enough rupees. If he's might go for that candle shop if runs into it on the coast. I think he's going right there right now. Wow, we got a full set of Triforces for level 5 for the runners. Yep, definitely a better shot of that red ring there, and Vonkie purchased a candle.
Unfortunately, Slidick finds it on a little bit too few rupees to be able to buy it.
So, small and mid secrets are rolling pretty high. 18 and 39.
Question, Chad, is there a way to see who had standings in the Swiss? All these runners are actually pretty close in terms of their Swiss matchups. Right now, they're all equal points, so there is no underdog in this game one just yet, really. It's a fairly equal grouping. I think Slidick had the most points for the tiebreaker to beat out Vonkie, and then I think TheAlanHeffley was on one fewer win, so he's the lowest seed technically, but
TheAlanHeffley getting a candle from that coast shop. And we find a letter over the power bracelet spot near start.
really the goal today for these two runners should be to just not finish in third. You're okay with finishing second because it's going to keep you in the same group no matter what if you finish first or second. So make sure you don't finish third, because if you finish third in the first two races, then it's kind of predetermined based on the point structure of 4, 3, 2.
And we have red potion being 3 times the cost of a blue potion today.
Slidick was thinking about going back to the candle shop he saw earlier, but because he's so far away, the routing's a little bit clunky. You won't be able to burn some of the spots over here on the way through the dead woods, so it's better just to pick it up now and lose the potential for a heart container.
And level 7 being found by both Vonkie and TheAlanHeffley.
Slidick went ahead and took a blue potion instead, so if there's a little bit of rough combat on low health, you can kind of make your way through the room still, even without a sword or any sort of combat. So a couple more open caves to check up here. Blue Ring Armos, known as Death Armos. Also the Dead Woods Dead End, and then maybe we'll route into the grave from Slick's point of view so that we can kind of see if we have a wood sword available over there.
Yeah, Slick did not see this level 7 early because he didn't have the candle yet. But not so much found so far out of here.
Yeah, level 7's not a place you really want to dig early without a sword, so it's just two runners trying to get in there and see if there's a free Triforce or a free item really early on. It doesn't look like there was, so they're going to move on.
Or bombs.
Yeah, TheAlanHeffley's going back in a couple different times from different transitions on the overworld to try and pirouette all the doors open, but none of the bomb walls opened up. So there's unlikely to be any rooms nearby unless there's right-hand staircases or Zelda's room or something like that. Even in the upper level dungeons outside of 9, you still have a lot of the walls opening up for the most part, so...
Vonkie finding a Take Any Cave, getting a heart container.
None of the runners have gotten bombs yet, so it's pretty difficult to find, I guess, a bomb dropper that is going to go down with the blue candle.
Quite a dangerous screen over here in the southwest for Slidick, but he makes dodges, weaves, and gets by.
Yeah, if he had his candle still available to him, he could candle boost through that and just take the half. We do have expensive bombs down here in the corner, though, so if he had money, he could buy them, but all 3 runners at 0 means no bombs. And if that's the rare shop, it's going to be pretty brutal, too. It does look like we're hitting a large quantity of muggers early on in this seed, though, so with all runners at 0, if they hit 5 or 6 of those early on, it's not going to be a big deal.
They were all able to purchase their candle first, though, before they started hitting that wave.
Yeah, Slidick bought a blue potion, the other 2 bought blue candles, and then they all got mugged into 0s, so I think Slidick had the most to lose out of the group, but still, he's now hit at least 1 without any rupees at all, as we find Wood Sword is swapping places with Vanilla Magic Sword.
Meanwhile, Vonkie's managed to get a second Take Any Cave at the level 3 screen.
Yeah, TheAlanHeffley is going to get the same exact setup if he bought his blue candle, so it's, those 2 will be at 5. We'll have to hope Slidick isn't at 1 heart too few when he runs across the white sword item, if it's easily available. Any roads seem to be in order, though. Maybe we'll get some good transitions there. Looks like the fireball from the lake hit Slidick, so it saved him a sword beam, and he's going to get a Take Any One out of it. And if it didn't, he'd be dead right now, so let's see if that is in his favor.
How about a bank error in your favor? 146 rupees.
Yeah, so that'll cover the remainder of the door repairs for the entire seed, and that's just 1 large, so plenty of money to do whatever you need to do in this seed. Buy keys, probably, maybe blue ring, but I think with the red ring on the coast, even though you're not going to get guaranteed a ladder early on, you might as well wait it out and at least find your white sword item before investing in something like that.
Yeah, keys seems to be a much better thing to spend that money on if you have it. But we'll see how the keys shake up in these early dungeons, which we have not seen very many of yet.
Slidick is trying to get over to this power bracelet check, but with the red Lionels there, I think you just kind of give up on that for the moment. Try and find a dungeon or something nearby that you can get back up to 3 before going into that screen scroll.
Meanwhile, Vonkie just walks up and goes in level 1.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. It's a pretty nice dungeon for Vonkie to find. Slidick probably won't be able to route back over here for a little while, so if it's got anything good, he'll be at a little bit of a deficit. Yep, Slidick is taking care of some purchases. It doesn't look like the gambling game is going to be worthwhile. The negative 46 is enough of a deterrent. There is going to be a better positive value than what we saw, as there's an easy Triforce to get in level 1. So I don't expect the runners to go in and gamble too much in the seed, even if the positive is in like a plus 40 or plus 50 position, the second one.
Vonkie's gonna avoid those Lionels on the way back in, but makes it in no problem. Rounding out our sword pickups.
So Slidick is now at level 7 since he is doing all his candle routing now that he didn't get to do when he didn't have it earlier. Is TheAlanHeffley is also going to miss out on level 1 for the short term. It does have whiz robes in it, so not the most fun. But they will drop bombs.
And a bomb pickup is the first of the season for Vonkie.
Yeah, he's still clearing the room, presumably for bombs. This won't push because it had a standing item, since we don't have remove open staircases on. That's a map.
That is indeed a map. I feel like we've been running in circles here.
Guessing Vonkie got himself key locked out of level 1, which is unfortunate.
Indeed.
But that does push the notion that key purchasing is something that should be considered in this tournament. You're not going to be able to clear as many rooms with the extra bosses flag on, so you need to be able to have a good quantity of keys going in.
Vonkie not being able to capitalize on that as we find the white sword item, the wand.
Yep. Available on 5. We may have an early item in 6, but it's usually an early staircase. No, it's actually a magic boomerang, so an item I would pick up in Vonkie's position is they have no ranged combat such as bow or wand yet, but he opts out of it.
Just think about trying to get into that mess of red Lionels.
Yeah, maybe he'll go down the staircase because he'll reset the spawn with red Lionels going to the right, and I think half of them go to the right. Well, close to half of them go right, so it gives you a little bit more opportunity. See if Slidick's able to find another key door to use the one key he's going to get in here. If he doesn't, then he'll also, I think, be blocked out.
Can I key here, Vonkie can. But it does. Has to give up the bombs, but he'll take that for a key.
Oh yeah, you absolutely sacrifice the bombs, especially with 6 bombs and 0 keys. Slidick has the wand for this two-headed Gleeok, so it should make it a little bit easier. It's just the floor heart, potentially. We haven't seen the coast heart yet, so there might be 2 heart drops on the floor and 1 by some chance.
Always assume the first heart is the floor heart. But TheAlanHeffley found level 2s out already.
Yeah, this 3-headed Gleeok won't guard a staircase, but it might guard a floor drop in the bottom middle right wall, so it's worth clearing again.
That knowledge about Gleeoks definitely got passed along a lot more this tournament.
Yeah, still force a habit, so some people, including myself, will still occasionally push the block with the Gleeok in the room, but we'll eventually get away from it, as TheAlanHeffley, I guess, is going to dive 2 at this point.
He'd already found it already, and so this second dive.
Wonder if this bomb will open. If it does, it's Zelda's room. So no Zelda's room here.
Just an angry old man.
So unless this Gleeok has a key, Slidick's going to be in the same position. I don't remember Vonkie clearing this room.
Yeah, Vonkie was only on with sword, low hearts.
It's still not an easy room. I might opt into picking up the Triforce and then coming back with full health. 6 hearts plus 3 damage should be enough. We do have Gleeoks everywhere, though, as I see him in level 2 as well.
The bomb shop is not the rare shop today. But Vonkie purchases a key while Slick gets the Triforce in level 1.
Yep, and here comes the attempted clear of this Gleeok room. If it's any key, it's like the biggest of the items. It's bigger than anything else at this point. Book and 2, though. I like this decision. Instead of going and face tanking, Slick's going to opt to fire beams from the doorway. Might go ahead and just go all in now just to speed it up a little bit, but taking care of the first 2 heads is good.
And it's a raft.
It could still be useful. We don't know of all the dungeon locations yet, of course, so there might be multiple. Unfortunately, TheAlanHeffley was sitting in the doorway in level 2 with the left side Lambo room, but the BMO statues in the corner will be able to fire into that doorway, so it's a strategy that doesn't quite work there.
Level 8. East of the Forgotten Spot.
And level 9, the open cave of the grave. Slidick's now found that as well, so it's starting to get down in terms of dungeon numbers left available. I think we're down to 4 and 3.
That's correct. Barry, what's the maximum number of block dungeons you've seen this tournament?
4.
Quite the number.
I think it was recorded block 9, and it was triple power bracelet block dungeons on top of it.
I've definitely seen all 3 blocks, all 3 types of blocks in the same seed.
And then we've also had the triple dungeon block plus the white sword item, Boomerang, sitting out, I think, on a coast at one point as well. So we've had 4 blocks at least twice that I know of. It's unlikely that you'll ever see like 6 or 7, but you might see 5. Just once you get to 7, there's too much shenanigans that the logic has to work through to get it all to fit.
Yeah, failed checks and all that.
Yeah, so if Slidick gets a medium secret up here, I wonder if he's going to go back for those wood arrows.
Yeah, we saw the candle shops had the arrows. Expensive bombs.
Yeah, if you're clearing Death Mountain, it's fine to pick up a pack like that so that you can get through it all. So, TheAlanHeffley is now also going to get to level 1, see his friendly Wizrobes. Probably going to see the Triforce. Debatable as to whether or not he'll be able to clear the Gleeok for the raft.
Oh yes, so now TheAlanHeffley took this key door just like Vonkie did, and then there's another key door.
Yep, all 3 runners did this, and I think the only thing I'd say to that is you should at least clear all potential routes in a dungeon before you decide which direction you want to go with your key. You might have had more open rooms, for example, in the northwest, but it is always tempting to continue your progress in the direction you're going. no runner will get ahead in this case because all 3 runners did the exact same thing, so it's not going to cost anybody anything. Well, Death Mountain's fairly dry in this seed, so it's not going to be something that gives Slidick an advantage. We'll have to see if there's some more dungeons blocked then, since I think we're starting to get kind of close as far as coverage goes on the overworld.
Not sure if we've seen that forgotten spot yet.
Yeah, we're about to see a raft check, though, this coast raft spot, if Slidick gets there without dying to Lionel's or Bull's voice. Nice iframes there.
And we got some roads going someplace.
Yep, 2 end up on Candle Bushes in and around Candle Row in level 1 northeast. And then there's another one off to the west in the grave, so I don't know where the last one went.
Vonkie picking up the wand, corner of Candle Row.
Slick's gonna at least pirouette this dungeon door open, and we'll see how long he opts to stick around level 6. Question, chat, is, do you think Vonkie will buy the blue ring or gamble on finding Lara and getting red ring? In my opinion, it's better just to go ahead and gamble on finding the latter unless you feel like you've been combat blocked in every dungeon. So I wouldn't, like, make that call right now. I'd wait a little while.
Especially how bad the key situation's been. But, so like just pass by the on the floor Triforce level 6, guarded by Agoma.
Question, chat, why is the 4th player not playing? Most of the groups in this, as we see level 9's map, is kind of interesting. Most of the groups are going to be 3-person groups. There's no real easy way to lay that out on here, so for a lot of these you'll see the buy in the 4th box. I believe there is one group at least that has a 4-person group going early on, and then once we get to the next round of groups, I think every group for the most part will then be 4-person.
Yes, there's exactly one group that has 4 runners in the first round of brackets. Bomb upgrade level 6 for 111.
I don't think that will be a particularly relevant thing early on, as we're going to be looking to try and probably get keys, so we're going to take this one from the Gibdo. If we find any key, then suddenly I bet runners start considering purchasing that.
Falling to the Leok in level 2. Like finishing up this one for a key. Level 6.
Yeah, I feel like that's Gleok number 6 already across all the screens. Goma's also around.
Yep, that's a shutter door blocked by that. And we can go this way.
Yeah. Gotta at least push the block, it looks like, but some progress to be made. Looks like we are connecting the 2 segments in level 6 that the staircase kind of took us to, so that means we might not be segmented at all, and the next staircase could therefore be the item.
Meanwhile, Vonkie picking up the Triforce in level 2 in a Triforce room.
Yep, he's also got his torch set up with the wand and the book, so he'll have maps and he'll have wand fire. Leok number 7 for Slidick.
And TheAlanHeffley picking up some wood arrows.
He's probably gonna take... Ooh, no, this is the item. It's the magic boomerang that we saw already, I believe. Yeah, I think Vonkie saw it earlier. Yeah, it was right next to start, and like 99% positive Vonkie just passed it up.
Ran into the Goma.
Yeah, well, it expedites the return to start, so you can leave now. Unless he didn't see what killed him.
No, I'm pretty sure Slick was in that room already. Saw the Triforce went around and...
He's heading back down, so maybe he didn't see. Or maybe he's hoping it'll change to a different boss. Oh no, it's a Triforce that's sitting on the floor. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Yeah,
I thought it was
back
blocked.
in there to pick that up for sure. He's just like, let's just not run into it this time.
It registered in my head that it wasn't free on the floor. Looks like forgotten spot was where 4 was, so we're down to 1 dungeon that could be blocked. Vonkie's gonna bomb these Dodongos as well, hopefully, and if so, he'll be able to go down and he'll see the Triforce and be able to bail since he's got item knowledge already.
Seen the South Coast at all yet?
Don't recall. I don't believe so, but that's...
We didn't have bombs early. They would have done it.
That's probably one of the few areas that we haven't seen. I don't know if we saw the White Sword Cave. We saw someone try and get up there. I think it was TheAlanHeffley early on. He got bopped trying to get in there.
Slick's about to make it that way. A small secret up there.
We'll be interested to see if Slick decides to make his way towards level 1, since the staircase item in level 1 is still outstanding. It's kind of out of the way of the routing this seed, so it would be nice to just have the recorder to get over there. I would buy keys. Yep. Even at 3, it's worthwhile buying at least 1. I'm okay with that 4 keys not buying the second one. But, yeah. Keys have been so bad in some of these seeds that you just have to always think that you might run out. might be the item staircase in level 4. It is. What we got?
Recorder. Having access to the lake over where Devin should be and past the dig doggers.
Which appear to be in hiding in the seed, it looks like.
There was one in level 2.
Yeah, it looks like Leox have infested and Gomas have infested. Doggos have infested, but the dig doggers thus far, there's only been, I think, just that one, so you might not see a ton of those. Fairly straightforward level 4, given I think it had the Wiz Rope set in it, so TheAlanHeffley's going to be pretty happy that he's out of there in one piece.
Vonkie has a lot of rupees. Decides to buy a bomb upgrade for +6.
Yep. 111's a bit steep, but it does at least roll all the way up on the bomb quantity it gives you. And he has enough rupees to buy keys still, so it made some sense.
Nobody wants a magic boomerang today.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing again for TheAlanHeffley. I mean, Slidick had the wand, so it was a very clear and obvious no, but if you don't have much in the way of ranged combat, boomerangs of any color are still good to pick up, especially with Lionels in the overworld. If you get a bad screen, hey, that's Dig Dogger number 2 and a ladder block at 8. But, yeah, it helps with Lionels, it helps with stunning the mini Dig Doggers so that you can kill them off. Plenty of reasons to consider it if you don't have a wand yet.
I've definitely seen some top runners do wonderful things with the boomerang.
Yeah, you've seen TGE in several tournaments now pick up the magic boomerang despite his preference for the other color, so it just goes to show you that there is a use for it.
You mean even without a forced magical boomerang in a shoot room? Saw that in a level 2 earlier this tournament.
Unfortunately, Vonkie's just had the wrong direction in mind in this level 6, so he's seen just about every spot he can outside that Goma room, because he's not wanting to bomb the Dodongos. With 12 bombs, he might now, though.
No drop in that moat room.
Like Slidick may be bailing on this level 8, given there's no bombs left in his inventory.
Vonkie just had... he's at 14 bombs. Didn't need the bombs that were in that moat room. But if you did need them, a boomerang can pick them up.
Yep. He may have forgotten he had the magic boomerang at this level 6 sighted earlier. Or he's looking for keys. I don't know. May have just remembered now. Yeah.
Two shutter doors there. It's like, yeah, pick it up.
Don't recall if we've seen Magic Sword, but all 3 runners are getting close to the halfway mark in health. In fact, Vonkie's one over it.
Magical Sword was at the letter cave.
So,
short-sighted.
Yeah, we might see some runners take a look at that. And now Vonkie sees the blue boomerang again, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember this now.
And taking me at the level 4 raft location. That'd be the last one of those, I believe.
Level 8 is something else, though. It's a big level 8. It explains why level 9 is kind of smaller.
Yeah, I missed the level 9 map when somebody with the book. Vonkie's back in level 8 now.
Slidick found an arrow shop. He was gonna up A, but realized that that was the shop he found, so he's gonna buy them now and take care of that.
So the northeast section is definitely hard ladder and bow blocked. That's level 8.
Vonkie's up at the top of this 8 now. Let's see what he finds. Bow. So there we go. Bow and 8's pretty big find for Vonkie. Ironically, Vonkie, I think, is the only runner without the wood arrows, so he may be going back to that candle shop shortly, given he has 164 rupees, so that he can clear Gomas. Looks like he's going to consider clearing the rest of this setup here in this top side of level 8, which I think is fair. You don't want to leave these 2 rooms hanging in case there's another staircase item. Although, it may be recorder blocked.
TheAlanHeffley's the only one who's found that in level 4. Ooh, bombs or keys today? Only 2 keys, but given our key starvation. But that is level 3 there that is Slidick's in.
Yep, so he's found the last dungeon, so it's at most, it's definitely not raft blocked, so it's looks like probably 1 dungeon in here is blocked in total, and that was level 1.
And indeed, it was on the south coast.
I believe Vonkie just took a staircase into that top room with the dig dogger, so it's not an item block. Looks like TheAlanHeffley's gonna find his bow now, and he'll be able to kill Gomas. We've only seen like 3 or 4 of them. None of them have appeared to be directly blocking an item. They just made pathing inconvenient in some dungeons and made it hard to get to a Triforce since you can't walk through them.
This Goma right here is blocking a couple of rooms to the northeast. Fair.
Yep, so some potential there finally for a Goma to be blocking some progress, but it's not a whole lot of rooms behind it at least. Looks like TheAlanHeffley's going to be able to kill off this dig dogger as long as he doesn't get bopped here. Fortunately, he does. I think dig dogger is number 1 on the list of most useful things to have the boomerang for, since we had quite a discussion going in chat about its usefulness. In a room like that, you can get all 3 of them stunned if you do it early enough, and it's just so much easier to kill them. Potential stare for Slidick here in 3. Nope.
And Dig Dogger blocking Triforce in level 8.
Yeah, so it's going to be to TheAlanHeffley's benefit if he knows where it's at in the late. He may not have the compass yet, though.
Vonkie's good. Oh yeah, Heffley. Well, Heffley has the recorder for sure.
Still no dice in the item here in this level 3. We've only missed a handful of the rooms, so we may have to burn a key to get to one of them. Looks like we're on even footing now, combat-wise. As far as wand and white sword, or not white sword, wood sword hitting. That may have been an accidental potion from Slidick, but they are so cheap in this that he can actually still afford another blue potion if he needs one. Normally you'd hate to see it, but again, 140 plus rupees and cheap blues as we find a ladder, so big fine. That's a red ring.
Makes the need for those potions a little less necessary now.
So it looks like it was on the south coast that you didn't see bombed yet, so definitely not blocked by anything.
Yeah, we saw it when popped the Triforce earlier.
So it's really going to come down to where these silvers are. That's going to determine probably who has the best chance to win this, as I think all runners honestly are fairly equal. And there's a blue potion pickup for Slidick since he burned his one. He's going to have that plus a red ring, so deaths shouldn't really happen much from this point forward. As I said that, he almost died to the lever spawning on the dock out there.
Like, will not be denied though.
And this should be a dungeon find for Slidick now, so he'll be able to find his book in here.
Sword potential range.
This red ring is going to make fighting these Gleeoks pretty trivial for Slidick going forward, especially with the wand to help with the damage. TheAlanHeffley finds level 3 on the coast as well, so ladder should be in his inventory at some point here in the near future.
This is the book room. that before picking it up.
So the interesting bit here is if the silvers end up being the staircase Ivan 1 and you're a runner at 50 plus minutes going back there to find that out, and how bad do you feel?
Well, you just hope that everybody else had the same key issues you had.
Vonkie, I think, is going to be the first to show us what was the second item in level 1, given that he's kind of making the trek that direction. With 7 keys, I don't think he'll run out of keys in there anymore.
If so, then level 1 is just that rude. Meanwhile, pickups for level 2 for Slick and level 3 for TheAlanHeffley. 5 Triforces all around.
Yeah, TheAlanHeffley is probably going to find his ladder before leaving, as long as he doesn't burn through every one of his keys trying to get over there, but it is in the northwest corner, so it looks like he probably is going to head in the right direction to find it.
And we know that the Dig Dogger's blocking Triforce level 8. Don't think we've gotten the full Dig of 7 yet. What was blocking our Triforce level 4?
Triforce in 4... I don't remember it being anything of note. I remember it just being there, so it may just be a situation where Slidick hasn't found it yet.
Oh, right, so the other 2 reps down 4.
So here's that ladder block that we can now get by in this level 7. Can't get to the north side of this room because the Dig Dogger is in the way.
There's our other bomb upgrade.
Yep, looks like Vonkie and TheAlanHeffley will be able to afford it if they get there. So this could be big, or it could be a staircase. It's just the staircase this time. If you spend a key, it looks favorable to being able to get around that Dig Dogger blocked area of level 7. This room can have a corner drop, including a Triforce or a compass, or even another key. Red candle in 1, so it was no big deal.
And it was past that door that controlled everybody after they unlocked the first door. Vonkie making a magical sword play. 10.
Yeah, with wood sword, if you're routing this direction, it's fine. It won't work out a lot of the time, as we see there, but sometimes it does. Appears the staircase in 7's fairly useful. It gets you out of the top portion of the dungeon all the way down to the bottom where the Triforce is sitting there free. So the logic now for Slidick is he doesn't have recorders, so he can't easily get back to this dungeon. You'd have to walk back from wherever he is coming from. And he has an easy to access Triforce. He doesn't actually have to re-clear rooms to get back. There's looks like TheAlanHeffley is going to find this ladder in 3. This guy, however,
No more important items left to find, but we still need silvers in a lot of locations for those yet.
Yep, Slick might want to try and get to the top side of this boat, because he'll be able to stab down for 3, whereas if you stab up, it's for 2 most of the time.
TheAlanHeffley picking up the red ring to make a nice green color.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure TheAlanHeffley and Vonkie are both in Schrodinger's at this point, so they could opt to just go for it. Go to 9 and hope that the silvers are there. Pretty sure we're completely blocked up now on this bottom side for slidick, so it might just be time to take the Triforce and explore a handful of rooms on the north side, where we still have some more rooms left to check. Looks like Slidick is going to end up heading through the overworld since he still hasn't found 4.
Vonkie's got a lot of coverage, level 8, but no second item yet.
Yeah, thinking back on it, Vonkie probably hasn't found 3 yet, because you'd think you would dig that before coming back here.
Vonkie does need to clean up and get the Triforce from level 8 from that new dogger.
Yeah, so Vonkie knows that there's at least a potential for the ladder still to be the second item in 8, since he hasn't seen level 3. He's completely blocked out of 7, so he knows that's not the answer, so it's just a question of, do you search for 3, or do you try and find a way around some of the ladder blocks and Gomas in level 8? You can, of course, clear the Gomas now.
I think you go for finding that dungeon.
Pretty sure Slidick made it into level 8, to answer the question in chat. I definitely know that he's missing level 4. Vonkie's gonna get the bait taken care of.
And it's like it's bad news that level 1 is not the answer.
Yep, so Slidick knows it's between 4 and 8 for his bow. Because he's, from what I can tell, he's assuming level 7's bow blocked.
Interesting, TheAlanHeffley did not get the raft, so knows that there are 2 outstanding items at level 1.
Also worth noting that Vonkie at one point was up to 7 keys. Suddenly not even remotely close to 7 keys. TheAlanHeffley died in the raft ruin 1, so I'm fairly certain he does not have his raft yet, but it won't really matter too much in this seed, just makes it interesting that he hasn't done a redive of it yet. So right now I put the odds in Sliddick's favor early on here in this game 1. About an hour in. Looks like we're still a good 10-20 minutes away from a conclusion, so plenty of time for some runners to make up some ground here. We're going to see if this Goma block is a silver's blocked by wood arrows. If it is, it's a huge swing against Slidick. It's a huge swing for Vonkie and the TheAlanHeffley. Although you gotta think that Slidick has this room marked in 7 as something.
Nope, nothing.
Rip. So it's looking somewhat favorable for that item in level 7 to be up in the upper side of this 7. Might be a way around down here in the bottom left that we didn't see on Sliddick's side earlier, but he didn't clear the rooms below the Dig Dogger block up in the top segment. It looked like you couldn't get up there. It looked like these were actually 2 split. That's why I keep calling it a segment, despite the fact that it's connected. Yep, then he has to clear the room 1 to the right, I believe, to finish off this level 4.
Okay, check it out. Level 4 rat spot. I believe this is the Take Any Cave.
It looks like it was a bugger in the way. So Slick's probably going to make the trek back into level 8 since it's right here.
Last Triforce happens to be the location of the bow.
I get the feeling Slidick is probably going to go ahead and skip out of this 8 shortly and just head to 9.
Yeah, I wasn't mistaken. I was thinking that the boat was right next to the Triforce room. It is. So there's a key, and
Just gonna check these rooms because he hadn't seen it earlier, and there was a dig door. I think he saw this. Oh no, he didn't, because he didn't pass through this room. Never mind.
and we saw earlier that this is the other end of a transport.
Yep, I think Slick's just gonna clear this out and take his Triforce once he sees that this is a connector.
Jump in.
Thinking about it, it only takes you 1 below the Triforce, so it's not gonna take him very far. This is another potential Goma-blocked staircase, this maze room for the TheAlanHeffley, so... I think if you're the TheAlanHeffley, you're hoping it's silver, you would be okay still even at 5 keys with this being the any key. If you're just hoping it's not a boomerang, it's nothing. You get nothing, you lose.
And that Slick has finished the Triforce, ready to go to level 9.
Vonkie not far behind, just needs to find this ladder in 3. Looks like it might be a right-hand staircase all the way down here, this last room, because it was blocked from the other side. Yep.
And Slick enters level 9 at 107.55.
White sword and 7.
Oh shoot.
So, 66% chance at this point, I think, maybe? No? Not quite. 50-50 still. The odds are increasing for 9.
If I was our early dungeon for everybody, we would Triforce and leave with no weapons. Second item in 8, someplace deep. And silver arrows right in 9.
Alright, well that's a clear and decisive advantage immediately for Slidick. Still very low resources though, it is not completely over yet. The key count and the bomb count both very, very low.
Vonkie picking up that ladder in 3. Time to go to 7 and finished out the Triforce.
I will be booing if this push block pushes and it's the any key, by the way.
But it's just one of the transports.
So now it's going to be a question of whether or not Vonkie digs out this item in level 7. It'll help with combat some, but it's probably not too interesting. Probably depends on how quickly Vonkie finds the Triforce in here.
TheAlanHeffley's been into already. Did not get the Triforce. Needs to go to 8. Finish out, find that Triforce there. Oh, there's a shutter door. not opening.
Yep.
It even had a push block that got pushed successfully. You don't see that very often.
So now just down to 1.
How well is Ganon playing hide and seek?
Well, it's not going to be a very simple path, it looks like. It looks like we're going to go a little bit roundabout to get there.
Meanwhile, Vonkie finishing up Triforce, but the Triforce piece out of level 7.
Yep. TheAlanHeffley just has to go back to 8 to get his Triforce piece. So this race for second's going to be big still. It's very important too.
As a reminder to everybody, this is the first week of the bracket stage following our weeks of Swiss, and we have 3-person groups except for one group of 4, where the top 2 will be moving on to the face of the people who had the buys.
Vonkie, with the red ring in hand, is now going to head to 9. Well, certainly. And in an hour and 12 minutes, that boomerang is absolutely irrelevant.
If you aren't going to pick up an early one and a magical one, no matter your preferences, at this point, you're not picking up the other one.
Oh, that's a roar. Was masked by the shutter door the first time, but the glitch still came through for me. So we're going to get Ganon through probably the key door. And given that you have a clear and obvious path that doesn't require keys, just burn the key.
Here's Ganon, 13 to 15 hits with the wood sword. The
Yeah,
right river room.
Yeah, this room's not too bad for fighting Ganon.
Once you clear your path, you got the entire left side.
Looks like Vonkie's gonna make a gamble that 8 has his item behind this Goma.
Just more Chevy rooms.
It's gonna give TheAlanHeffley a chance to make up some ground for the second place fight, but it is a battle for second at this point, as we're gonna have a winner here very shortly.
The beast is dead. The path to the kidnap is found already. And get your GGs out for Slidick, finishing in first place with a time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 43 seconds. And welcome to the booth. Our winner today, Slidick. GG.
Oh, thank you. I felt behind that entire race.
Probably felt a little bit, like level 1 might be holding you back a little bit since you had all those key blocks, and there's a chance for a long time that could still be silvers, but thankfully they were in level 9, and the red candle was the item that was hidden away in level 1, so that late level 1 dig didn't cost you much of anything, and you went to 9, I think, gambling on a 50-50-ish? No, you were gambling 40-60. Everybody else, I think, is on 50-50 at this point.
Yeah, correct. 40-60 for me.
But I'd say you basically had a lead throughout just as long as you had your overworld tracking figured out, as level 4 was the last thing you found. I think it was the last dungeon that any runner found for themselves.
What was the 3 actually on a couple runners?
Yeah, my first time through, I skipped over the southeast desert burn bush. Don't know why. So I felt behind because I didn't have that book. And I skipped over, yeah, that beach for the ladder, the coast, and level 4. I don't know, tons of easy spots that I should have hit earlier.
Yeah, I think you're still first to ladder. TheAlanHeffley, I think, got in there second, and Vonkie was ladder blocked in quite a few places until he got down there, so the choices that you did or didn't make actually didn't mean a whole lot in the end, because the other runners also missed some things.
And both TheAlanHeffley and Vonkie are still in level 8 in the south, trying to find that second item, which I think Vonkie may have just found.
Yep, so it's either any key or it's a heart container, which would put the any key in 5. Let's see what we got. Oh, looks like any key, so heart container was the item left alone at level 5.
Everybody dug real quick for a Triforce that was free.
So Vonkie's gonna head to level 1 next, I think, or level 9. I don't remember if Vonkie went back and saw his red candle in 1. Pretty sure TheAlanHeffley and Slidick both saw it, and he did not.
I think Vonkie did go see the red candle, and TheAlanHeffley hadn't been back to level 1 at all.
Oh, Vonkie now in 9. Will he take the right path? The shoot actually really helps you in this 9 go the right way. You get from 33% chance to pick correctly to all the way up to 50-50. Yep. Vonkie's gonna see that his silvers are just sitting here freely in 9. Would be probably a little salty that he found the any key in level 8 at this point, given how free this was. He'll feel like he had a chance, perhaps, to catch up to Slidick. It's gotta feel good for you, Slidick, to get your victory out of the way in Game 1. It means that you have a little bit of breathing room on your opponents going into the next 2 games.
Oh, absolutely.
So again, it's 4 points to the winner, 3 points to second, and 2 points to third. That's basically regardless of forfeits, since the bye is an early forfeit no matter what. So now TheAlanHeffley is going to find the any key. Now we'll have to go up and pick the Triforce up, very top of this dungeon, since he had yet to pick it up. A little surprised we're not just up and Aing and heading that way now. Maybe he's forgotten that he's got the bow out of here, since I know he doesn't run with a tracker, since he has a bit of an older computer that struggles. I think Vonkie is not too far from Ganon, and will also be able to secure the route to Zelda here momentarily. The old men doing him a ton of favors here. It's walling off that northwest corner, so if by some chance he goes to the right now. Secures the route to Zelda. Sees that it's worthless junk. Staircase. So Vonkie's basically going to last area this Ganon, I believe. He's going to see the northwest most likely. Nope, I lied. He looks like he's going to try and bomb down, perhaps. But it's not going to work, so now he's going to go to the left.
These walls are solid there.
Yeah. Thankfully for him in this case, TheAlanHeffley has definitely forgotten he has bow out of level 8. So it's going to give Vonkie plenty of time to hear the roar here in a second. He'll find this bomb wall does not lead him to Ganon, and then almost certainly go down because he's been to the west of that. So as long as Vonkie can handle this with a potion and wood sword and red ring, it looks like we'll have our top 2 for game 1 situated, but again, it's a best of 3 scenario, so you get 3 matches no matter what to get as many points as you can. So TheAlanHeffley will be able to come back still in this. Just has to make sure not to finish 3rd in game 2. Two runners advance from every group, so whether you've got 3 or 4 runners in your group, it's still going to be 2. And then next 2 weeks from today, we'll enter round 2 of groups, so when that happens, it'll be a whole bunch of groups of 4 going, so that's when you'll see a lot more action. And TheAlanHeffley realizes now he got his bow, he didn't even go in there.
Picks up the last piece of the Triforce, and meanwhile Vonkie is opening up the shutter door to find Zelda. Vonkie finishing in 2nd place with a time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 22 seconds. GG.
It didn't go on that staircase, but looks like TheAlanHeffley's going back in here, so it's a bit unfortunate. And we are joined by Vonkie. Congratulations on getting 2nd place in this game 1. Let Vonkie get his mic set up for this. The question chat was if the same runner finished. Oh,
this should work.
Yeah, Vonkie.
Well, that was something.
Yeah, I mean, it was very heavy.
Could I do anything more out of order?
You had a lot of key issues for the early game, then you had a bunch of keys until you didn't in level 8, and then you have any key at the end. So that seemed to be a block for you for a while, and then
it was more the ladder, to be honest. That's the one that I was missing.
Well, blocked you out of all of 7 for the most part, so you at least knew it wasn't there, and it pushed you eventually back to 3, I think.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to bomb the coast. I checked all the other block spots first, recorder and raft. And then I was like, oh shit, I forgot the ghost. Whoops.
Yeah. Thankfully for you, TheAlanHeffley has... I don't think he's playing with the tracker again, because he's got his computer is not in a good spot. So he's cleared this level 8 in full, looking for the second item after getting the any key, not realizing that the bow in his hand is the second item out of here.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I deserve not to win this one. I played this so out of order and spent way too much time in 8. Forgot a bunch of times that it was ladder blocked instead of just dig dogger, so I overdug it a little bit too much.
Yep, and then you went to level 9 and went, into a shoot room and then down, and suddenly Silver's free as day sitting there for you.
Yeah, I kind of regretted that I dug back into 8 for the second item. I was like, oh, okay. That's close. I mean, at that point, when I dug 8, I was gonna gamble it anyway. I believe I missed the item in level 5 and 7 as well.
7.
Sword.
Yeah.
5 by process elimination was the heart container.
Okay. Did anybody get mags?
Nope.
No, you were the only one who at least attempted it at 10.
Yeah, I figured I was close. I might as well try it. Small chance. And
It's like, did you think about going up to do a quick check? You were up to 12 at one point.
at that point, I figured, no, I found the ladder so late. I was like, nah. I mean, what's the worst gonna happen? I get red ring. Ganon is gonna be a piece of cake then. Although he did give me a bit of trouble by going out of pattern a little bit. Like, I think his pattern shifted a bit to the right, so that gave me a little bit of an issue, but not too much.
The enemy set was pretty easy, and it was too far away for me to even think about. And I had the wand.
It's true that the venture from 4 to 8 to 9 was a pretty short trip to go out of the way.
But that Galeok in that room in level 1, though. Well, I found that so early, and I was like, yeah, it's impossible to keep dodging his fireballs and fighting him. And eventually, it turns out it wasn't even necessary because he dropped a Roth, but hey, you don't know that at that point.
Yeah, Slidick had it really early, got the Triforce with 6 hearts, and he was way ahead to the wand. I think in the grand scheme of things, the wand probably was the big get of the seed. It really sped up combat through dungeons, but he used the doorway to kill off, I think, 2 of the heads before diving headfirst into fighting the last one, and he got his raft, but it didn't mean anything big in the end, as TheAlanHeffley now has both items out of 1 marked. So he knows
the white
it's
sword
5 or 9.
item was the one. Yeah, I forgot to mark that, so at the end I didn't realize I already had the white sword item, so I was also looking for that, sort of. I messed up multiple things this race, let's just keep it at that.
Yep. So TheAlanHeffley's still got something to play for here. He's got to finish this out in 30 minutes or less from the second place finish for it to help him with tiebreakers, so definitely has some motivation to go after it. And depending on the results in Game 2, there's a lot on the line still. He needs to get first or second to have a really good chance to fight it out with you two. I think the only situation that goes super south for him is if he gets third place and Vonkie gets first in the next one. That'd be difficult.
How much time do we have to schedule the next one?
2 weeks from today, I think, or 2 weeks from Saturday evening last night for us in the US, so...
Gonna be a busy schedule next week then, I think.
That's hard to say. I mean, in the U.S. it's the Easter and Good Friday and such coming up, so it's going to be a bit of a...
here as well. It's like a national holiday, and I'm going out for the weekend. So, and since I'm from Europe, that'd be hard to doing weekday racing.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I think most groups shouldn't have too big an issue getting at least 1 or 2 of their games in live, but we do have some other ways to get the matches taken care of as long as runners get in touch with the admins early enough so that some asyncs can happen or something.
Yeah, I think we also had Wednesday, right? If I'm correct, Slidick?
Yeah, I think so. We can squeeze something in there.
Yeah. Beginning to wonder if the TheAlanHeffley has lost level 9 by chance. He was heading the right way for a moment there, and now he's heading back towards the east. It's, I believe, at the open cave in the grave, so it was not too far from where he was at level 1.
Maybe he's gonna try Max?
It's possible, but at White Sword, it's... I don't know that it's as necessary for him. I think he can handle the Ganon fight easily. So this is a level 5 play. This was the other decision he could make instead of 9. Hopefully the heart container is pretty shallow in here. I think you guys could only get to 5 or 6 rooms before being blocked out by combat and ladders and other things. Early on.
I never went back into 5. I just found a Triforce and figured, well, if I have to come back later, I'll do it.
TheAlanHeffley's only showing 7 rooms on the map right now. Probably about what everybody else was able to get to.
Pretty much, I think. I don't really remember 5, to be honest. I didn't have a map back then.
Alright, I gotta get out of here. Good game, Vonkie.
Yeah, GG. We'll see if we can schedule something Wednesday.
Yep, GG's.
I'll leave you guys up to commentating. I'm gonna go walk my doggo.
Sounds good. We're going to see if the TheAlanHeffley can get his way through the last of this.
Our excellent tracker Balletta saying that 5 of the levels on the same horizontal row.
Yep, a lot of them compressed together too, so it's a lot of them in that grave area. Here's a push block. Please be the item. Oh, come on, game. The tiebreaker is not likely to be a big scenario most of the time, just because the different ways that things can happen. And it's a 3-person race, but I'd rather just see the runner be able to get to that point where he knows where the silvers are and can go into 9 and take care of business. It's out of bombs though, so that's kind of brutal.
You know, we hadn't seen a lot of the seed. Lots of blue wizard rooms.
Yeah, combat-wise, the seed was very, very straightforward as long as you could get your wand early enough, because the only thing that was really prominent was Gleeok, so that's kind of the only thing impeding progress for a long time.
Because, like, level 1 had Wizros, but I don't really remember seeing any blue ones in there.
Yeah, I think we've seen a grand total of 2 blue Wizrobe rooms the entire seed. Killing these rooms hoping for a bomb drop, not happening. this room's his best chance. You might as well clear these. It's going to give you a solid chance to get a bomb drop since there's so many of them. The next one should be... There we go.
Yay, we get some bombs.
So if you're on your 7 count now, you have another shot. Otherwise, if you're on a different count, it might be the third one that gets you a drop.
But no.
Not today. It's only a 40% chance. I think you got a bomb up in this room since you got this room missing. Come on, right-hand staircase right here. Nope. Blue wizards. Nope.
See ya.
Another blue wizard room. That's 3. Most of these are... No, he wasn't there before, so it's 3. So where is it in this upper area of 5? Segment, or the transport rather. Oof.
Blue pajama party room.
Looks like they are going to be a little bit beefy, probably. I think he hit at least one of them, and none of them dropped onto the second bomb, so... I'm gonna guess they're all the way up to 12.
Attention to the owner of a 1996 Dodge Caravan. Your lights are on.
It's a solid Goma block, it looks like. Oof. Really trolley 5. I saw, it was only a quick glance at the mini-map, but it looks like this might be the last room. I guess not. So we missed one in the middle left, and that's it. Very last room.
Indeed.
Yeah, there's a lot buried deep in this. Our tracker was noting. It's I think the only stuff that was easy to get to was the book. The raft, if you had enough combat, was pretty easy. The silvers were definitely easy in 9 comparatively to normal 9s, and
Magic Boomerang.
Magic Boomerang was 1 in, and I would argue the bow was not really that deep in. I think it was only like 6 room from start, so for
Right
level
next to
8...
the Triforce too, so...
For a level 8 that was super big, as he's going to get forced back into 5 by a Trolley Lionel. I think there was a decent chunk of items, it just wasn't a lot of the super relevant items that were early on outside of the bow. I think you just had to get off that screen in a hurry. So this is all 3. So you have to go to the left. 1.
Level 1, and then just a couple screens to the right.
For those looking for the next matchups, there is one in progress. It's get up a multi-Twitch if you want to take a look at that, or whatever you use to get multiple streams up. Then we have a couple matches already on schedule for tomorrow night. Looks like 3 of them, so should have some fun action. It's all game 1s on schedule, of course, as we're very early on in this stage of the groups.
The other match is doing a game 2 right after.
Yeah, it's in game 2 right now.
Okay.
It looks like 9:30, 10:30, and 11 o'clock tomorrow night for those 3, so see what gets on the schedule, who we can take a look at tomorrow night as we get a little bit closer. About 10 minutes out, I think, from the 30-minute mark, so let's see if TheAlanHeffley can get in there. Small chance he could find his way to the path to Ganon and Zelda before he finds his silvers with the way he's picked to go.
Hey, Patrick.
I'm pretty sure this was the only one we saw. See, no, maybe there's a second one somewhere. I think I saw one more that we didn't have to kill. I think these runners were, or at least one of these runners was involved in a seed with a whole bunch of patches earlier on in the tournament, so plenty happy not to have to deal with it now.
There's the other Patrick. Sorry, they're multiplying.
Yeah, it looks like in this little staircase that you could go in. We had a bunch of them, but I don't know. It still wasn't like the 20 Patra seed for sure. This Patra killing him is actually super important, by the way.
Get you right on the right track.
Well, the odds are he's going to go right now, since he's gone left and seen some rooms and gotten turned around back to start. I think he'll be rather depressed when he sees that the silvers are literally right here. 9, he did all that extra exploration of dungeons he had already cleared the Triforce out of.
No burning. No just stab.
You know, that timing's difficult. I've tried that, like, swag stab as you're picking up the item, and I can't seem to get it. So, can we find an express route to Ganon and Zelda from here?
What's your favorite way to express sorrow and disgust at an item in a staircase?
In a tournament, just turning around and giving up instantly. If it's not in a tournament, might go down and fire a candle at it, or aggressively stab left and right on the staircase going down. I think he'll go back right here because that transport... Nope, never mind. Not sure why he's clearing this room again. I think you just leave this room, yeah. May have just not realized where he was before with that patch on the spiral. We can bomb up or bomb down here. Looks like we can. You can hear the roar from here. Did anybody ever check the spawn wall?
I don't think so. Hey.
Hooray.
And if a little lucky around to the north and west, this might wrap up real fast. Alright, white sword. 7 or 8 hits. Red ring.
Yeah, won't even really need the red ring for how clean this was for the most part. Until he gets in the spawn, don't sit here. There you go. Only place you cannot sit is that absolute bottom corner, because then you're really relying on Ganon going left or right, or up or down at the right time. See if he bombs up here. He's gonna go maybe left or something. Yeah, he's gonna go left. He's gonna get locked by old men, and then he's gonna be able to finish.
Yep. Once again, the old men giving hints without giving hints.
Well, all 3 old men were in this row together. 2 there and then 1 to the right, so they force you to bomb up only in this spot, which is kind of helpful.
And the door opens, and GG for TheAlanHeffley, finishing in a time of 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 43 seconds.
So that could very well come into play, as that's underneath the 30-minute difference. See if TheAlanHeffley wants to jump in. There is a lot of stuff going on in SpeedGaming this evening, so if you're looking for where to go next, I believe 3 of the channels are going at the moment. If not, SpeedGaming 1 I think is about to fire off, so you'll have a lot of action to choose from. This should be it for Zelda, unless a race pops up last minute this evening, though, as far as the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2022 tournament goes this evening.
Alright, does not seem that we are... Okay. Make one request real quick.
I know after I played this game for an hour and a half, 2 hours, I have to step away for a minute or two usually and collect myself, especially when I get trolled, so it would surprise me if that's what's happened. But yeah, that was a fairly entertaining match because of the way the items were buried. Anytime the silver's in 9, it's kind of a fun time to see whether or not runners want to full clear their first 8 dungeons.
Because it could have easily just swapped with that item in level 5, which was quite buried, but not necessary. Because easiest way for runners to skip a Triforce, a dungeon item is to put a Triforce right at the beginning.
Oh, I'm going to make the guess that we're probably not going to get joined, so we'll go ahead and start wrapping up here, I suppose. Thanks to Boletta for tracking behind the scenes. First time with this format in this tournament, so always some adventures to be had, but thankful for all the work that she does. Kairos, thanks for jumping in the booth.
It was a pleasure. Looking forward to seeing some more races, and I mean, we got quite a number of races left to go.
Yep, and thanks to SpeedGaming again for getting this on. It was kind of a last minute thing. I think we had about an hour and a half to get a team together and jump in here with a new layout and everything, so got put together pretty darn quick. Always appreciative of being able to put these matches on the air. But with that, I hope everyone has a good rest of their afternoon or evening, and we'll probably see you either late tonight if another match spawns, or tomorrow for some more Zelda 1 randomizer action.
Take care, all.